be kicking. You heard from Julian Marion Vital in our Bulldog pregame show, and he was very consistent last week kicking the ball into the end zone, and he'd love to start off doing that. We have a breeze up here in the press box, but looking down at the field at the American flag, it's kind of still over there to the end zone he's kicking to, so he perhaps will have to do it with his powerful left leg, get that ball into the end zone and give the Indians a long field. Big crowd here tonight on both sides. Obviously, it's the county showdown, and it's about to begin. 48 intense minutes of football as Marion kicks it down the right side. The ball will be bobbled very close to the 1 yard line, and it goes out inside the one. It hit an Indian. He juggled the ball and never gained possession. And instead of starting at the 20 on an automatic touchback, the Indians start at the 1 yard line. And of course, they'd love to get off to a great start defensively in this ball game, making plays at the line of scrimmage. Ready for the first play from scrimmage. Indians run the wing. Davis is under center. Davis will turn and hand it off to Stanley. He's got a hole as he moves the ball up across the 8 to the 9 and maybe to the 10 yard line. He showed a quick burst of speed off the right side of his offensive line, and Tank Morris, the leading tackler for the Toombs County Bulldogs, came over and he drug him down to the natural grass here at Buckravy Field. And now the Indians have gone from the 1 to the 33. They've gained 32 yards as Davis will hand it off inside. And oh my goodness, coming in there to bust up the play was Brandon Usher. He absolutely destroyed the Indian blocking him, went into the gap, filled the gap, and made the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Brandon Usher with a big TFL. And let's see if the Bulldogs can build off that in this scoreless game with 6:24 to go in the opening quarter. As the Indians, old school in a sense that they do huddle, and they send a receiver out to the near side of the field and one out to the far side, as the Bulldogs have 3 on their defensive line and a linebacker close. And here's a running play right up the middle. The Indians take the ball across the 38 to the 39, get to the third level, and force the secondary to make the tackle. And it was Tyler Smith, the free safety, who came over with the finishing hit at the Indian 39. So a gain of 7. He's their leading rusher this season. He's in the backfield right now. Wears number 6 for Vidalia in the maroon jerseys and the gold helmets. He takes a handoff, comes near side, and spins down inside the 45 and down to the 44-yard line. And Caleb Hartley, the linebacker, making the Bulldog tackle, but the Indians moving the chains again. Vidalia nearly burning off 8 minutes of the opening quarter clock. Forward on 4th down. And here comes Davis running near side. He's hit once. He breaks the tackle. Now he's wrapped up and tackled to the ground in a 101 at the 42 by one of the best tacklers in the business, Tank Morris. So the Bulldogs have the chance right here on the short gain to get a defensive stop. Gain of 2, 3rd and 8 for Vidalia. 2:39 to go as this first quarter clock just keeps ticking and ticking. And the only Bulldog to touch the ball so far in the game, Julian Marion Vital, and his left foot when he kicked it off, and it was fumbled out of bounds by the Indians at their 1. No score. Davis rolling to the right. Davis stops. Davis fires. Downfield. The ball is caught and taken into the end zone for an Indian touchdown. That'll be a 42-yard play. And catching the ball was Williams, and that's a big play for the Vidalia Indians. They finish a 99-yard drive with a touchdown throw. So you want to get a first down here on what's going to be a 3rd down play needing about 5. And here's a running play for Trey Cloud, and he dives across the 30, and I think he has the first down for Toombs County with 42 seconds to go. Yeah, they've stopped the clock. They're moving the chains. The Dogs pick up their first down. Trey has not run the ball a lot this year, but he's certainly capable of doing that. and made a nice run in a scrambling situation toward the Indian sideline to the short side of the field, which is sometimes tough to do. 30 seconds to play in the opening quarter, and here's a handoff, and the Bulldogs will run it up across the 33. DJ Mincy on the carry for Toombs County, and that probably will be the final play of the opening quarter in the big rivalry game. Good snap. Here comes the Indian rush. The line drive punt is going to bounce, and it's going to hop inside the 10. It's going to go out of bounds. Looking for contact on the punter. I don't see a penalty flag, but a very effective punt by Julian Marion Vital will give the Indians a long field again. They do not want to let the Indians out of this hole like they did several times on that first possession when they scored on the 99-yard drive. And Bryce Davis back in the pistol, awaiting the snap. And here it is. And it's going to be a running play that's going to net the Indians absolutely nothing. The Bulldogs stand them up at the line of scrimmage. And for Richie Marsh and defensive coordinator Buddy Martin, that's more like it, as the Indians will bring special teams in to boot the ball away. The punter is Dawson Ricks, averaging 31 per boot on 15 punts this season. Bulldogs with twin safeties, and they're hoping for great field position and a short punt because Chandler Lynn and DJ Mincy are setting up at the 35. And here's the punt. And the ball's going to bounce and take a big Indian hop up toward the V, up toward the 50-yard line. Didn't make it there, but the Bulldogs will start this possession at the Indian 49, trailing 7-0 with 8 minutes and 51 seconds to go here in the opening half. And Trey Cloud with two receivers off to the right, putting a man in motion and running a sweep play. And moving down the sideline for the Toombs County Bulldogs is Chandler Lynn, and picking up the dog first down on an effective play call by Daniel Dorsey, the first-year offensive coordinator for Toombs County, who came from Pelham, where they averaged 40 points plus per game last season. And, of course, he was very happy with the 62 last week because that broke a school record of 59 scored against Jenkins County in a game that I called many, many years ago and have very few memories of it. And Cloud is going to do a little short pitch to Mincy. He's got some space down the right side. He picks up the Bulldog first down, which has the dog fans cheering on the far side, a long way away from where I am up in the press box, but you can hear them over here. And that side is basically full, including the band. I don't know if you could find many open seats to make it 2nd and 7 for the Toombs County Bulldogs. There's motion to the right of the formation. And there's DJ, and breaks free. DJ scoots toward the end zone, and DJ is in for a Bulldog touchdown. Boy, did he show some speed getting through the hole. And it was a big one. And once he got to the linebackers and the defensive secondary, the third level, he was gone. Mincy has made it a 7-6 game, and now Julian Marion Vital will try to tie it up with 5:18 to go in the opening quarter. The left-footed soccer-style kicker puts his foot on it, boots it up high into the air, boots it right through the center of the uprights, and he has tied the game at 7. The Dogs with a nice drive and a score and a new ball game. 7-7 as we break on Y101. And on what is turning into a breezy night up here in the press box, but not so much so on the field based on the American flag. It's still just hanging down and not moving at all. So I don't know if there's much wind on the field at this moment. And here's Julian kicking left side, high one, and did it go back into the end zone? Yes, it did for the automatic touchback. And here he is handing it off inside to Stanley with running room across the 30 to the 35. No Bulldog there. He's racing down the sideline. He gets down to the dog 33 before the defensive secondary can track him down, and it was Tyler Heath, the corner, who got him, and also Jakari Jones, another corner. He ran to the short side of the field and made it a big play. Two receivers to the short side of the field. We've had a lot of action tonight to the short side of the field from both teams and some effective runs. Here's a sweep to the wide side of the field, And diving down inside the 30 and down to the 28 is Stanley, and making the tackle is Tyler Smith. And that's short of the first down, but the Indians have only kicked one this year, and he's going to try a 46-yarder from the right hash. Try to break a 7-all tie. Here's the snap, plays down. Kick is up in the air, it's high, it's long, and it is good. How about that? The Indians kicked the long ball. Brennan Dooley was 1 for 5 on field goals with a long of 24, but he boots a 46-yarder. And the Indians take a 10-7 lead with 2:42 to go in the second quarter on Y101. Blake Hall is running off to the right, and moving off to the left is DJ Mincy. But again, the Bulldogs have the three-man front, which is split up. And Davis throws it short, and they're going to let this guy throw the football if he can. No, he's hit hard. The ball is loose, picked up by the Bulldogs, and they're running. If it's a legal play, they think they've blown the whistle dead. The dog is still running, but I hear the whistle blowing and blowing, and the Dogs take the ball into the end zone, seeking a touchdown. Two receivers off to the near side of the field, and Davis in a pistol taking the snap, and he wants to run the football, and he's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage by several Bulldogs. And leading the way was DJ Mincy, playing a lot both ways tonight. Running the football and playing the linebacker position, and now the Dogs have stopped the Indians. That's something they did not do in the opening quarter on a 99-yard drive. Second down and 3 for the Dogs. And here's a handoff to DJ Mincy, surging ahead with a first down, breaking a tackle, going down the sideline. DJ breaking away, DJ showing his speed, goes into the end zone with a touchdown. Oh, it's Caleb Hartley. Caleb Hartley runs it down the sideline. First carry of the night for Caleb. They snuck him in there. He hasn't played offense. And he got in there, and number 1 took it down the sideline, would not be denied. Scoring a Bulldog touchdown on a big play with 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter to put the Dogs up for the first time at 13-10. And Julian Marion Vital, 21 for 21 on extra points, getting ready. Angel Brown snapping to Trey Cloud, and the kick is right through the center of the uprights and good. Caleb Hartley with a huge play on his first carry of the night. In his second Toombs County Vidalia game, $50 go from Palmer and Associates Insurers of Vidalia to the Toombs County Athletic Booster Club to help all the Dogs. And congratulations to Caleb. 14-10 Dogs as we take a break on Y101. What a big play. Dogs on top, 14-10. Wonder how fast he ran that 55. Here's Marion's kick. Up high in the air and deep and bouncing 9 yards into the right corner of the end zone. Julian Marion Vital obviously pumped after the Bulldog run, and the Dogs with their first lead of the night. 5,000, always a big crowd. Sweet play to the right. There's open space to the 50, to the 45. Tyler Smith coming over and wrapping up the Indians. Now here comes the help from Brandon Usher. And they stop the forward progress on the run by Stanley down to the Dog 45 and a first down for the Indians. Now down to the Dog 44 and on the right hash mark. A wing to the right, two receivers to the left, the ball on the right hash. Here comes Stanley again, breaking a tackle, breaking another tackle, and finally bumped out of bounds on the second hit by Tyler Smith. And the Bulldogs are leading 14-10, but the Indians are driving. They got a 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 23 on the right hash. As Davis is set to go. Davis keeps the football and he runs to the left. He's wrapped up by Caleb Hartley very quickly. Caleb with that closing speed. And of course he showed even more speed on his touchdown run. And now it's 2nd and goal from the 3. And Davis turns. This time he hands it off to Stanley. He surges behind his offensive line, finds an opening off the right side and moves into the end zone for an Indian touchdown with 81 seconds to go in the third quarter, and Vidalia back on top. Indians leading 16-14. County 14, the Dogs at their 49, close to the left hash. Cloud slaps his hands the ball off to DJ. This time he'll go outside and pick up enough for the first down. And he is knocked out of bounds by at least 4 Indians, but he moves the chains and takes the ball inside the 40-yard line with 8 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Ball on the left hash, Dogs down by 3. And here's Cloud throwing it right side. Tyler Smith with the catch, breaks a tackle. 35-30, 25-20 down the sideline, and finally brought down around the 11. Tyler Smith was tackled there by Johnson to try to tie the game with a field goal. Let's see. Julian Marion Vital has brought his tee out. This will be a short chip shot from the left hash. It's going to be a 20-yard field goal. And here it comes. It's up in the air, and boy, he hit it hard, and it is no good. Oh my goodness, he misses a 20-yarder that would have tied the ball game. Missed it off to the right, it appeared, and just barely. And so the Indians are still on top with 6 minutes and 1 second remaining in the ball game at 17-14. To wrap up their big victory, coming off a big win over Jeff Davis. And here's a snap with 16 seconds remaining. And now the clock is running with 10 seconds. The Bulldog fans are leaving Buck Cravey Field disappointed. And now the clock down to 3, 2, 1, the final tick. And the Indians win 17-14, and they are celebrating on their V at the midfield stripe. And the Bulldogs are heading over to the sideline. Played a gallant game tonight, but unfortunately they come up 3 points short to their arch rival in a big Region 2 game, 17-14. Vidalia, as both teams are shaking hands after this one. The 33rd meeting, and now the Vidalia Indians have won 21 times and the Bulldogs 12.